Hi folks, good evening to all. Myself Tamil Maran. I done B Electronics and Communication Engineering. Currently I am having around 12 years of experience into aerospace domain. I had been worked into real time for embedded system, also in software side for testing domain. Explicitly I am specialist into software and system testing. Also into specifically I have been worked into aerospace domain, also repeated into few experience into railway domain. Okay, so today's the intention for this video is I just try to share my KT about this in aerospace. There are different application. Okay, but specifically this we got different type of application for the aerospace. They utilized like commercial aircraft and also uh, combat aircraft. There are different kind of application, different kind of aircraft manufacturing happening globally under the Federal Aviation Guidance for this radio technical communication is authority for that, providing about the airworthy certification aspects. So this video intention is we learn about the how the airworthy software, especially for this airborne system, how it get developed and what are the concepts. Though we'll see on the different type of STLCs and we see some standards, very important standards, explicitly to aerospace application for this uh, embedded aspects for the system development. Okay, so if you talk about this aerospace application for this commercial application like compact application I have been worked on. So when you take it into commercial application, they use for DO standard. They used to call DO178, DO178 and DO178A, and now right now the C version has come. Okay, and also we have to know, but just aware of the standards. I will go through the standards and will brief about in the couple of videos after the sharing. And for this Indian Aerospace, they work for this US MIL standard, DOD standard for 2167A, related to 48. For this, those standards are like combat aircraft. And today we'll discuss about DO178B standard. Okay, so we have to know that DO178B is very important to understand. And previously I did one video, though it's again I am just trying to give another for this KT session and for this technical clarification about this R&D into for aerospace application into embedded system. And first we just discuss about DO178B. Okay, DO178. Okay, in that aspects, different versions and why these standards, how it works. We'll discuss on that. Okay, aspects. Okay, so generally DO178B is nothing but it's a software consideration in the airborne system and equipment certification. Okay, there are different kind of systems. Okay, so when you take it into aircraft, okay, so different kind of, generally we got to understand why that standards has come. It's nothing but according to that standard there was one document as released. Okay, for this D170, D170 is just like guideline document. Okay, we'll go through for the definition and roll to what are the contents it has. Okay, and what it says, what are the chapters and how the SDLC phases they very clearly described as per this, which is developed because of the Federal Aviation Agency for the common guidelines document in the entire world. Okay, so how the software consideration the airborne system and equipment certification is a guideline document for the software development aspects. Okay, and though this standards was developed by RTCA, this is T170 Italy and Eurocare, and the Federal Aviation had been accepted whatever they developed for this RTCA and Eurocare. Okay, accepted, and this is the like meaning of the certifying your software for the airborne system. Why this D170 has come? Why they globally accepted? Because there are different countries they follow different kind of standards. Okay, why they use different kind of standards? The aircraft is getting crashed. to avoid these issues, these common global issues. Generally, we got to understand we all work for the world peace. Okay, world peace. For this, when you develop for this airborne systems and all, you should not be get crash because aircraft in the fly, it's not like easily. It's a very complex system. It has different failures. For this, mainly for the failure conditions, the aspect, the safety assessment process, the ERP process. Also, certificates considered for highly integrated. It is like highly integrated. Also, the complex aircraft system. It has ERP based call. Okay, in this failure hazard analysis and could be considered to determine there are different levels of the software. Okay, and what the effect on the aircraft crew and passenger. Okay, it's a very important main objective is the failures are categorized according to the effect on the aircraft and crew and the passengers mainly. Okay, this is the main thing. We just discuss about this generally in DO178B. It's an international guidelines as that deals with the safety of the mission critical software, as we already discussed, as I told you just now. Okay. Also, it's mainly why that means in software development, it's mainly traceability about your complaints. Also, the requirement is placed on the software, and through the number of stages of committed and the analysis, a software implementation is created that compiles with the requirement, with respect to the requirement, we can say. Okay, and this has the error arising from the commitments or assessment and mitigated. There are many things, and it could not actually the software can be said to be like a designed not into fail. That's the main aspects. Okay, and now we'll just some basic terminology we'll see DO1. And before going to the STLC, it has a different in the document what it has, and the software life cycle, what under phases like planning phases, development process, and integral process, verify process, configuration management, QA, and certification mainly. And they go for the aircraft and the mainly for aircraft engine certification. It's a very bigger topic to understand every key term of this. Okay, in this session we just see only overview, and we just try to check it in the integral process because I have worked in the integral process real time. So we'll go through all the verification process and configuration management, QA, and certification related. Okay, you want to see? I can show the document which DO178B software consideration airborne system and equipment certification. It's just like a core document for this development about your software. Okay, there are many different standards. We have to understand airborne software, airborne electronic hardware software, and the ground and space software, and also tool qualification related to. If a DO178B develops some software, it requires for tool. There's the different levels. DO178B level A, B, C, D, and E. It's depending upon the failure. Okay, they will prefer it. Also, using tool, they will be developing. That is for some RTCA DO1330. That is for the tool qualification supplement, whatever you use. Also, model-based equipment and object-oriented supplement also different. Okay, and now we just begin for this DO178B. Okay, so DO178B mainly for the software consideration, the airborne system, and the equipment certification. So DO178B different levels. It has different levels as every own objectives. Okay, objectives are like a distributed manner. It will be the different levels: level A, level B, level C, level D, and level E. If you take in level A, it has the 66 for 25 independent objects. That I will share in brief manner from the section. Okay, so what are the objectives? How it get traceability? As I told you already, our main mission is safetyness. That's the main. Okay, okay. And what are the objectives and what are the levels it's dependent? We'll check into. I will Even I will be giving into other couple of videos. Okay, we'll share. And moreover, we'll just talk about this software consideration airborne system document certification for this DO178B, how this software is getting developed, and in that what is code coverage. There was one basic funda we have to understand code coverage about this. This is very basics. So what is the metric used the software testing that qualifies extent to which source code of your program is tested, and it measures the percentage of your code executed by the test suite. Okay, so helping developers identify used parts of the application, the many components used, right? Those related, and how the code coverage basics, like a number of code is executed and divided by the total number of code system component, and into under percentage they will calculate what are the code coverage, and how it will be get it validated, what is that MCC and what is MCDC. It's a very important things to discuss for this DO178B standards. Okay. Mm, and see the code coverage criteria. We know we have the program source code, so it has the statement coverage, block coverage, decision coverage, and multiple coverage, line coverage. There are many. Okay, this as we already know as a software tester, everyone might be knowing. But though the code coverage is a way of measuring the effectiveness of test cases. That's the main. Okay, the higher the percentage of the code whichever that has been covered in the testing, and also it contains some bugs when compared to the code that has been lower coverage of the score. It must be. Okay. Also, in software development follows the software development life cycle for the development of the software application. Okay, so we have to understand the testing is one of the important phases that is performed to check whether the developed software does the fulfill your requirement or not. That's the meaning of the ISTQB says about the testing. The definition says that the software behaves specified or not. Okay, are you doing the right job? Are you doing the job right? Okay, does the software behave specified or not? That's the main aspects. Okay, then we'll check about the in DO178B, the level A, how the test would be taken care of that. Okay, MCDC, what are the how it will be tested, and we can see some samples, conditions, and all. And I would like to say what is MCDC. First, we have to understand. Okay. Also, MCC we have to understand. In your source code, in program source code, what and all is there? How it will be developed testing technique. Okay. There are different kind of testings. Generally, they will perform like black box testing, white box testing, gray box testing, or red box testing. Also, should understand about alpha testing, beta testing, acceptance testing. This is also like just like a testing life cycle. Okay, right, understand. Now our aspects for this MCTC in DO178B level A, we must do for this MCTC. MCTC we have to understand it's just like a software testing technique. Also we can call it like it is a testing criteria. We can say it's kind of like a testing criteria. So what is this coverage criteria? Generally, when you do structural testing, like structural coverage, we can call it anything we can say. Okay, so it's not a consuming process. It generally not consumer process. It's just like a remove the dead code, extra code, whatever during this. Okay, also statement easily. It will be like that is the main use. And we can say it is also part of like white box system. MCDC. Okay, and we used to what type of code coverage criteria we has to be followed here. That's the main condition. So what is MCDC? We can say what is generally what is MCDC? In the name itself it has a MCDC means modified condition and decision coverage. Okay, MCDC. So it just like we can say in DO178B software development guidelines, it has the aerospace industry requires for the MCDC generally for the highest design assurance. It gives the highest assurance design levels for the item development for the IAL, they used to call IDA, integrated development assurance level. It is like, okay. And MCDC is code coverage criteria. Generally, commonly it is used in the software testing only. It's okay. Also, this aviation products that must complete regularly guidance of the level A software. It is. So now there is a question: what is MCDC? We get okay. Generally, code coverage criteria. There are different kind of criteria. Okay. So with respect to MCDC, whatever we can say, like so every point of entry and the exit in the program has been invoked at least once, and every decision in the program has taken all the possible outcome at least one time. Okay, and also every condition in the decision in the program has taken all the possible at least one time, as well as the independent effect of the decision outcome. Okay, so better we can work out some in the real time, so that will be easy to understand everyone what is NCDC and what are the things we can understand. Also, by comparatively, we can understand what is multiple condition and the coverage. I mean, according to the Boolean, so what are the maximum test case we can write, and what the advantage of MCDC, how it get it reduce the test case for this and all. So let me share the screen. I will be work out MCDC. So there are many scenarios and many expression Boolean operator we must do practically into MCDC. So the session will be repeatedly I will provide. Though today's some basics, we'll see some few equations and also few test cases how to write it. We can check it now. Okay. So first I would like to check my mail. So it's okay. All words. Okay. I'm just checking important mails. Okay, fine. I will say, I just hope the this, okay, this will go through this document. Will go through completely every topic and all basics, everything. Go through. Before that, I just show you original document how it is. DO178 from the federal aviation. Some new version has come. As of now, this is for actual document. It is approved from the federal aviation. This is a different version. This is RTC DO178. This is the one document you can see here, which is developed for this RTCA and accepted by the Federal Aviation Agency. Okay, they accepted for this. As I told you already, this document has complete reference on this. Okay, so we check on for these different phases like a planning process, development process, and the integral process. In that integral, how we get verified in CM, all QA/QC certification, all we'll see one by one. Okay, we'll go through in verification. So I've been into a verification process. We'll go through for deeply. As of now, we'll take only one workout sample page and we can check for this MCDC. Okay, so I'll open one document so we can discuss on MCDC because it's a very important topic in MCDC. Whenever you learn DO178B, obviously you must know the MCDC. There are many different, and moreover we got to understand for this MCDC. MCDC, it's like it will not be used for every time. Only for actually MCDC we can call it like it is like a short circuit evaluation. People will say how often reduces the number of test cases to more manageable number, but not always it is. Okay, because it's based on the compiler. If you take maximum test case, that will come back to me. I will say I will shortlist it first. So we'll discuss about MCDC. Okay, very clearly we go MCDC. What is MCDC? Is you know. So multiple condition. We can brief multiple condition in coverage. Decision you can call it multiple condition and decision coverage. So consider the Boolean expression having n component. For example, we take it as the n components. N components. Okay. For the coverage will be like generally when you take one small typo mistake. I'm sorry. Forget the concept. Will come here. MCDC modified condition and decision condition. Okay, because MCC I just tried to write a typo mistake. So MCDC is nothing modified condition and decision condition. Decision coverage. Decision coverage. You can call. Okay. Consider partially only if n component I'm having. So how many test cases I can write? N plus 1 test case. It's a formula just n plus 1 test case. Okay. And similarly, I will explain MCC also. We have to comparatively we'll learn, but then we will get the idea about how the multiple condition. Okay, how the multiple condition coverage. What is the difference between multiple condition coverage and modified condition and decision coverage? What is the difference? You'll get. But generally, the testing during the testing, if you follow for MCC like multiple condition coverage, it is a very good strength. You have been tested your product with what to say, very clearly you have been tested. It means end to end for the all the checkpoints you have been tested. That is the meaning. MCC. MCC is very stable. You can give 100% assurance about this. Even MCDC can follow. That's what I already told you. It's both are like kind of short circuit evaluation. Often they reduce the number of tests. For example, if we take one logic gate, A and B and C. Okay, if the A failure, compiler no need to test on B and C. Obviously, all will get failed. If A is 0, then all values will be A and B and C. Obviously, B and C don't care condition. Compiler will not check. It's just like A is failure, the whole condition get 0. Okay, that will come up in the when we take workouts, we'll get an idea. So now try to say multiple condition coverage. Okay, multiple condition coverage. Now you take a number of component it has, so you can say 2 power n. before n test case. If your component has n, then obviously to power n test case you have to write it. So very simple. You take very simple expression a plus b. If you take you take any logics MCDC. For one example, for this MCDC, what is the advantage of MCDC? If you take one expression, I will write one expression. A and B and C and A and B and C and D. For this here, how many components are in the N for this Boolean a two operator, and the inputs are 1, 2, 3, 4. A, B, C, D. 4 inputs are there. So N value is 4. If you want to write it in the test case for this MCDC, the number of test cases required 4 plus 1. It's not all time. Okay, so 4 plus 1 is equal to 5 test cases sufficient. But here you see 2 to the power of 4. See here number of test cases more. Beyond the 5. So while using MCDC, we reduce the number of test cases because compiler, if A is failed, it will not check B. If you are using for MCDC, same aspects. Okay. Why we need to use MCDC? Because when you do some operation, you have to reduce. You should not give more overload to your compiler. Depending upon the compiler, some compiler. If this is okay, for this case, 4 input, we tested to 2 power 4 of test case, we can execute. But in case, if you are having the n value more than 100, if it's very complex for the VLSI related inputs, so obviously it goes more than 1,000 lakhs of test case. The moment it's very difficult to manage. Okay, and though for that MCDC validation, it will not be portfolio. For this automating, it may not be workouts there also. Because what I am trying to say, mainly when you reduce the test case, the system performance will be more. Okay, but we cannot trust all the time. So we have to say this is kind of like what to say. It's just like a short circuit evaluation. Short circuit evaluation often reduces the number of, we can write it like number of test cases. To more manageable number. But not always. This we have to be very careful, but not always. Okay, that's the main advantage for MCDC. So compiler will treat if A is 0, it means false. B, C, D, it doesn't matter to test. It's don't care. It will not care about. Okay, it will test for A as a true means it will go another B check. If A is 0, then B will not check, C will not check, D will not check. Okay, so that's the meaning of this. We just try to say about this MCDC. Okay, we write one flow on that, how the coverage could be happen in the program source code. Okay, so now you got it, the advantage about this multiple coverage and modified condition decision coverage. What is the advantage and disadvantage? MCDC, it reduced the number of test cases to write in it. But MCDC cannot be say can be used always because its simple expression is okay, but sometimes it will be different for this when you go for the very complex related expression and all. If the number of inputs is more multiplex and all, it's difficult to handle. That I will tell adder and there is different concept for this. Okay, and now you got it the MCC multiple condition coverage. See here how many test cases we supposed to write, but in these aspects you have to write minimum test case MCDC how it approaches. Okay, just like kind of like a short circuit evaluation. After how the reduces the number of test cases and the more manageable, but it is not always. We have to understand. This is MCDC formula. You just have a keep in mind for this. N plus 1 is the number of input plus 1. This is only 5 test case. Okay, so if you are writing for this test case, we'll take one example on this. I will take and why this MCDC coverage may not be achievable. Some case means, for example, I will write one code here. You see here, if you write character equal to A, I want to type. If you take A, okay, and now I will use OR. If character is A, then if I give OR condition of character E, character equal to E, will give E. So we have to understand for this character A or character equal to E. It cannot be both at a time true, right? So that in this case MCDC cannot be achievable. Some case like this only. Okay. So this is the example for this. I told you MCDC coverage cannot be unachievable. Some case like example I gave. You can see now the character A or character E. See these both at a time A or E cannot be possible. In a certain function if you write, it's not possible. So this MCDC cannot be achievable. So we have to mind it. Okay. Now we'll see some other examples. Okay. And you have to understand in MCDC what is the MCDC. Try to understand. Okay. So condition and coverage. Okay. So in condition, what we have to do in the MCDC. So condition, one case is true, we have to check, and false we have to check. Similarly, decision also. What is there in that decision also? True we have to check. Also we have to check false. That's all. But in MCC, multiple condition coverage, all possible combination of the condition outcomes in the decision. That's all. Okay. So also usage hope you understand the false and usage bug detection. But in bug detection effectiveness almost similar to MCC only. Okay. Got it now? So it's a MCDC. MCC includes MCDC. Okay, MCC, multiple condition coverage, has all the combination for MCDC. That also we can, one point we can say apart from that. Okay, so what is the usage of this MCC and MCDC both? Also similar only. It is just kind of like bug detection for the effectiveness almost. Okay. Now we have the some comparative MCDC and DC we saw now. How the comparison. Okay. So now here we saw how the testing technique used in the MCDC and what is MCDC and what is MC and what is decision coverage and what is condition, all we saw. Okay, so generally using MCDC, it reduces the number of test cases. Okay, almost. And now we'll see some examples, and this is a very simple equation I took, and we'll see some quite perfect examples. Let me take this one. Okay, and we can take a simple example what I can write. So hope you everyone is understanding what is MCDC at least. If you record once again also I can tell. Okay, and this code coverage definitions we got to understand. MCDC is part of code coverage definition, just coming under that. So MCDC modified condition, decision coverage, and conditions in Boolean expression, decision, change control flow, and the more condition, Boolean variable, and Boolean expression, logical expression. These are basics we have to understand about that. Okay, and we can take some examples. We will start out with MCDC. So I will not take very basic test case. What I will write one will take, as you know, everyone like basic test case. Like we got to basic, we got to be very strong. Like OR gate, AND gate, NOR gate, NAND gate, how it is getting OR gate off. Okay, simple expression. So now I will take one test case right now. Okay. Now we'll take. See. Okay, I'll take one expression now. Okay, the expression we can take. We take A or B. We can take simple. Take complexity A or B, and we can take under C. Sorry, we can write under C. Okay. So this is one expression, and we'll take one more. Or D will take A, B, C, D, or D will take, and E will take. This will be very easy to understand MCDC. How easily can understand. Okay. First is this one, A or B. This one condition, and C. This is one expression I'm closing, and similarly, and okay. So one more item. So or D. This is one expression. Okay. So A or B one condition. If A or B any one input is I, then it will go A or B. If it is I, then it will go under C. So A or B under C, another expression. If A or B under C, if it is both are high, then it will check from R D. Okay. If C high, then A or B high, then it will check D. D is high or this condition is high. This is high, then it will check in the E. If this condition is high, this is high, then the total expression will be true. Okay. Similarly, we'll write the test case. So this is the expression. So you are getting to test for this test case, for this logic explosion. This is a little bit complex, so that I took. Though we'll go in the complex one to analyze. First we see MCC, multiple condition. MCC. MCC for component condition. CONDA component condition exponential. Exponential is complexity. Okay. So now you see what is the n value from here. So MCC means we have formula how to write test case. 2 power n. Very simple. This is a maximum test case for this. So 2 power n is a formula. 2 power n means so 2 power how many inputs are here? See 2 power how many input? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 inputs. So 2 to the power of 5. So 2 to the power of 5 means 2 to the power of 5 means we are supposed to raise how many test cases here. See here, this is a MCC, multiple condition coverage. It is called. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So totally how many test cases we record? 32 test cases required. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 to the power of 5. Okay, so totally 32 test cases required for this if you want to do this for MCC. In case I consider for so how we write this 32 test cases? They are very simple. We have BCD code 8421. Based on this, we write the Boolean table, right? Okay, 16 and 32. This is 16 here. 16. Based on this, you will write the test case table, right? 4, 2, 1. We write 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. This is for table. This is test case number. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 17, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. One means we know 0, 0, 0, 1. This is 1. Here you can see here. This is 1. Okay, 1 means this is 1 high value. Binary. Okay. Similarly, 2 means we write 0, 0, 0. No, this is 2, right? 1, 0. 3 means we write like this. 0, 3 means 0. This is 2, 1. This is 1. Now you can see here. 2 plus 1, 3. This is I, this is I. Got it. Similarly, 4 I will write it. 0, 0, 4. This one. We have taken only 4 input. 1, 2, 3, 4 input. And one more we have taken. This is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 1. This is 1. Okay. So like this, we'll write up to 32 test case. Up to 32 test case we write. So this is very larger. It is for the multi-conditional coverage. It is called multi-conditional coverage. But our requirement is MCDC. We have to write for this same. For the same things, we write for this MCDC. Okay. So how you write for this MCDC? Now we'll practice. This is MCC. We write and that's all 32 test cases will display it here. We have the Boolean operator, ERB, any one input we take and all test cases we write here. Okay. And now we coming to MCDC. Modified condition decision, the same thing. So first apply the formula. So what is the n value? N equal to how many is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 test cases. So 5 is the n value. 5 plus 1. Sometimes it will be changes because short circuit evaluation often reduces the number of test cases to more than a manageable number, but not always. Okay, as I told you. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 plus 1, 6. 6 test cases. Okay, and one thing we have to understand here, we have to check A true and false, B true and false, C true and false, D true and false, E true and false. Also we have to check A or B. A or B possible. This is one condition. And A or B and C we have to check another one. Till we are in the discussion only, I have not done for the MCDC. And this test case, true or false. We are separating all test case. And then now finally DC test case. Now I am writing test case. Okay. Directly for MCDC. You can see here. This expression. Okay. These are the understanding. Just understanding I explained here. MCC how it performed. Now MCDC how would it be performed? Okay. Here MCDC it goes till 32 test case. I not fill up just to be get to understand. Okay. Now MCDC. This is the expression as I told you how to split it. A true and false, B true and false, C true and false, and all condition wise. Every condition should be checked in true and false. And outcome without affect outcome. Now we'll check now. Okay. Now I'm writing for MCDC now for this test case. First test case. A. Tabulation is A, B, C, D. E also is we have to add one. Excuse me. Now guys, very carefully listen. Test case 1 I am writing. Test case 1. Now I will take A as a true. If A is true, okay, then this expression what will happen? Very clearly listen. This is a very important. If A is true, okay, so A or B, this expression is true now. Okay, this expression true. Second, if C is true, I'll take. If C is true, then what will happen? If A is true, B is don't care condition. I will not care B input. Okay, and C is true, then this condition is true. Now A is true. Now D is don't care condition, because this condition is true. This or D. Okay, any one operator is high, then this condition is true. So D, no, I will not care about D. Now E must be true. Okay, this condition is true. It's an AND operator. A and B. Okay, it's like A dot E, that is something. This condition dot this condition. Okay, so this must be true. Okay, this is one test case I am considering. Any doubts on this? Let me know. Very simple. We take this MCDC, quickly I write. If A is true, okay, if A, at what condition this will get true? 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 Compiler will not bother about whatever the B input, because if A is true, first compiler will check if A is true. Okay, B don't care condition, not required. Okay, then it will check C. If C is true, okay, then it will go D. If this is true, then it will go and check E, then this is true. Okay, this is one test case. And other test case I will write. In case if A is false, now you see, listen here, if A is false, what will happen? Then it will check B. So B is a consideration. Now I am taking B as a true. Okay, B as a true. If B is true, then I will check what is the value of C. C must be true, right? So I am taking true. C is a true. Now D is don't care condition, and E is a true. Now you see here the test case. Listen carefully. Second case, I will zoom it. So listen carefully. The first test case, I written MCDC, modified condition, and what is the decision coverage? What is the modified condition? What is the decision coverage I am taking here? See, the first is A or B. Any one input is true. The logic will get pass true. Then at what condition it will get true? Under C. So if under 1, C must be true. So A1, C1, this condition is true. Then at what condition D will get true? Here D doesn't matter, because this is OR operator. Okay, this OR operator doesn't matter because it is already high. Now the compiler will check in E. Okay, E. So compiler don't want to check in D. It goes in the D. Okay, so first condition you see here, I check it for this. This is the way we can write MCDC. Okay, and second test case, in case I have to check A true, now I have to check in A as a false. Okay, A value I gave. In case this is false, what will happen now? So B obviously would be true for the positive test case. B, if it is true, then B is true. So this condition, B, both are true. So this is true. And what condition C will come? C must be 1, true. Okay, and here D is don't care condition. Okay, C. Similarly, second test case. Now I'll write third test case. And third case is very clearly listen. I will take as a true for this A. Okay, now B don't care, and this one I'll take false. This I'll take true, and this will be true. Now see this, how the short circuit evaluation often reduces the number of test cases very easily to more manageable number of test cases, but not in the always. We have to understand this concept. Always keep in mind, it is not in the always. Okay, depending upon the compare. See now the third test case, if you take A is the true. Now if A is true, don't want to check B. Obviously this expression is became a true. Now I'm flipping the values of C. If C is false, the possible case, this is the condition, C is a possible case, I'm checking. See if it is false, then what will happen? D, at what condition this will get true? This condition is 1 or D. Any one is, this condition is gone because C is false. This is true, this is false, means this is gone. Now D is there, 1, true. Okay, so at what condition these two will get false? True. Then E value is true. This is the decision taking. Okay, we have to understand. That's the manner. And similarly, we can write other mini test cases. I will show you. But are you understanding for this condition here? Now you see, we have to understand very clearly about this one. So every decision in the program has taken all the possible outcome at least once, and every condition in the decision in the program taken all the possible outcome at least once. Also, every condition in the decision has been shown independently affect the decision outcome. That is also very important. Okay, this you keep in mind always. These 4 conditions. Very simple manner I told you. Okay. See here now 4th test case I will take. One side also will practice. 4th test case I will take. Now A value I checked it, true false. B value I checked it, true. Okay, now I have to, what I have to do? B I have to check false. C I have already checked it, true. Now false is going on. B D value don't care, D I checked it. Okay, so now I am taking another decision. Decisions are your wish. Okay, either false and true or true and false, your wish you can take. But what is the maximum decision? You can take at least minimum 1 false and 1 true for the every conditions, every decision making without affect the outcome. That's the main concept. Here you have to understand. Okay. So now I will take 4th test case. In 4th test case, I will take A false. Okay, and B I will take true. And C, what will happen? C is false. Okay, this is true. Let's find out. Check. Okay, now 4th test case you can check it now. 4th test case. So what I have written for this case? False, true, then false, then true, then true. We'll discuss on 4th test case. You see here, very simple. Now I am taking A as a false. If A is false, B is true, then this condition is true. Okay, now C I taken as a false. This condition is true. Okay, but this I taken as a true. Then this is false. This total condition is false. Now I'll take only one decision. D as a true, E as a true. This is false. Correct? This is one outcome. This is one. That's all. Now here we checked for the D as a true. This condition here we have taken the A or B one condition, A or B and C true false we checked, A or B and C or D. This is true false we need to check now. That's what I am checking here. True false false true true. Now we'll go for fifth test case. It is very simple, similar manner. So now I will take A as a fail and B also fail. Now both the fail. I am taking A as a fail, B as a fail. C don't care. C is don't care condition now. This is a true. This is a we'll discuss with the test case. So only 13 test case will finish. Okay. So now you very clearly you check. I take as a as a false or B as a false. Both I taken as a false. Now what will happen? False false. At what condition? Now if both are false means obviously C is don't care condition. C is not, it will not care compiler. And D I set as a true. And D, E I will set as a true. Then this expression is false. Okay. Now we'll go sixth test case. This is the manner we can write all the MCDC. Very simple. Okay. Main thing is we have to understand the very basics about MCDC. What is this short circuit evaluation after reduces the how it get short circuit. But I understand. I try to say it's not like always. Some cases it's not applicable because very complexity. Always MCDC will give strengthen about your product, but though it reduces the test case for the normal expression, we cannot be take for the very high level because. And also we got to understand very clearly for this MCDC, every decision in the program has taken all possible outcomes at least once, and similarly every condition. So how you take every decision in the program, similarly every condition in a decision. So the program has been taken all possible outcome at least once. Similarly every condition in the decision has been taken shown into independently should not affect the decision outcome. That also. Okay. So now remaining this case also will fill it very quickly. So sorry I taken more time. We'll finish it now. Sixth test case we can write. I will write true and I'll write this is don't care. I already written for this. This we can write and we take this one A and B. This is true, don't care, and it's true I'll take because now we check, we flip the value in E only now, so true. Now this I will take don't care, this will take false. And seventh test case I'll write it. A false I'll take, then true, this I will take don't care. False. Sorry, say a type 2. Conservation. Sorry, my keyboard is down, so that I am difficult to type here. So seventh test case, false, true, and don't care, and false. Okay. Similarly, eighth test case, we'll take it true, don't care, false, true, false. Similarly, ninth test case, false, true, false, true, false. It's repeated, right? C we have flipped. Okay. This outcome we have taken false. True. Okay. D and D. Okay, right? Okay. This condition we flip the value. Okay. Now the overall or D we need to flip as a true and false. Okay. Now I got this. So now 10th test case I'll write it. This is false. I take. Second condition also we take false. And now third one is don't care because it company will not take it because both are failed. Now this will take true and this will take false on the operator, right? So A or P. And similarly, 11th test case I write it. 12, 13 test case. 12, 13. This is true. This is don't care. This is false. This is false. Now under operator, if it is false, all don't care. Somebody will not check. The outcome will be fail. That's all. And the 12th test case fail. Take this form. This is don't care. This is don't care. I'll take a false. Okay, so hope you everyone got the point. Okay, this is a manner we can write the Mcdc. So again, we'll continue the session about this Mcdc. This off circuit evaluation is done on the space domain, and though we'll go for every like in DO178B standard for this level A software, how would it be get it validated for this writing test case. It's one of the process. It's also we'll check on for the stages of involvement, and there are many things need to be discussed. SV, CP, SVR, and all will go in upcoming video. Thank you guys. Please comment yourself and let me know your doubts.